The release date finally passed this week, and I finally got a break tonight to get a review out for Khalifa's Blacc Hollywood album. Overall, Wiz Khalifa's 5th studio album and 3rd since signing with a major label. Generally, to me, there's only like 3 opinions to me on a Khalifa album because they're the main ones I hear. It's either you hate it, you love it, or you just wanted some party and weed smoking songs. Let's just keep it real. Wiz is not, well, I won't say he's not entirely, but he's not much of a lyricist. He's nothing like J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar where you're putting their lyrics on repeat to just kind of rehear it and see what they're going for with the lyric. He's always been straight to the point with his lyrics, mainly about his love for plants. You guys know where I'm going with that. But I will admit, I wasn't a fan of Wiz's debut. I thought Rolling Papers was average. ONIFC to me from 2012 was a slight improvement over Rolling Papers. Still nothing mind-blowing, but it was definitely improvement over what Rolling Papers had to offer. And now we come to Blacc Hollywood, which Wiz was intending to be a more balanced album than his previous 2. And it kind of shows in how some of the songs are done as far as the production. It's kind of, to me, it's a mix of the sound he had on Rolling Papers and a mix of the sound he had with ONIFC. Of course, you still have just the straightforward, to-the-point lyrics. That's never going to change with Wiz. So, for what it is, I enjoy the album because I know what I want from Wiz Khalifa. I know what to expect from Wiz Khalifa. If you're listening to this album expecting to hear deep, meaningful lyrics, you need to go find J. Cole's Born Sinner because that's not on this album. This album is mainly it's party songs. If you're a stoner, your smoke songs are here. You got a couple songs where Wiz is, changing up the subject matter, maybe a little storytelling, a little personal stuff. But outside of that, it's true blue Wiz Khalifa, and to me, it makes a good album. Because I listen to Wiz because his music is always mellow. I always enjoy the beats, and occasionally I can quote a couple lyrics because I can jam to Khalifa's music. It's definitely not his best project. I think most Khalifa fans would give that to his mixtapes. As far as album-wise, maybe a bit below ONIFC, if not on the same level as ONIFC. But to me, it's still a definitely good album. The production is it's the kind of mellow production that we've come to know from Wiz Khalifa. He's still doing a little sing-song thing with a couple of the hooks. Most of them are rap, so if you're not a fan of Wiz's singing, that's mostly cut out for this album. With the exception of one of my standout songs, Promises. Promises turned into one of my favorite songs off the album because it's interesting to hear him sing a majority of a track instead of rapping it and then singing the chorus. He is still singing the chorus on this song, but he's also singing the first verse and then rapping the second verse. And it's about the closest Khalifa will ever get to a love song, in my opinion. And to me, it's a very well done track. Of course, everyone is still bumping Weed and Boys and probably the remix, which has grown on me a lot since hearing this album. What's another standout on here? So High, featuring Ghost Loft. This was the last song to leak in full before the actual full album dropped. I put off hearing it until the album came out. It cropped up in my iTunes, but I refused to listen to anything else prior to the full album dropping. And it's definitely a highlight from the album, the production. It's a I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. It's kind of like an airy, think of like the Wiz Khalifa version of the Hold On We're Going Home instrumental. That's what this production is. And it fits Khalifa's rhyme scheme on the song very well. The chorus is very, very sing-song. You'll definitely be singing along with it. And of course, well, I won't say all albums, but most albums still have a couple duds on them. This isn't an exception to that rule. Sorry to say, this wrong with Snoop and Ty Dolla $ign, You and Your Friends. Still hasn't grown on me. It's still a dud to me. And once again, I blame Ty Dolla $ign. I just don't like the guy singing. And it's not from just disliking the guy. I just don't like him singing on some hooks. It depends on what he's on. This is not one where he works on the song. And it's just not a memorable song to me. It's like very just forgettable to me. Track 6 on here, I'm not going to say the title because I prefer not to use the kind of language he's using in the title of the song. But, dull club track, not made. Some people are going to jam to it. It's going to be played in probably every club, but it's not for me. And I just dislike it immensely. But outside of those two, there's really not a whole lot of duds on here. Even with the bonus songs on the Target edition, there's still not a lot of duds. Yeah, the song Incense is kind of leaning on filler, but it's still not a dud to me, and it doesn't warrant the skip button, at least not in my opinion. The other standouts I've got, I don't know why this is not a single, and this needs to be a single ASAP Khalifa. True Colors with Nicki Minaj. This is my favorite track on Black Hollywood, and it's simply because it's a party type production, and it just sounds like Wiz was having fun with the song and trying to speak something on the chorus, and Nicki came in, started started like singing and rapping the beginning of her verse and then rapped the end of it. I have a friend that dislikes Nicki Minaj's raps immensely, and even she could jam to that song and said that was like one of Nicki's best verses, so there's how you know that was a hot one. And House in the Hills with Currency. I've never listened to any music credited to Currency. I need to get on that, and I'm sure y'all are gonna be in the comments telling me to get on that. But House in the Hills is basically Wiz saying, like, everyone to take a line from the song itself. He's like, no one's talking about the kid who worked to get where he is. They only focus on the fact that he's a pothead. Which is somewhat true, and it's just him trying to do like a real relatable type of song to where people only want to talk about the bad of you and not the good of you and how hard you've worked to get to the point of where you are. But overall, if you're a definite fan of Wiz Khalifa, this is definitely one to add to the collection. If you're not a Wiz fan, I would say check out the singles, stream it on Spotify or something, and see if you like it. If you do, definitely go grab it. But like I said, Wiz fans will definitely enjoy it because, I mean, the album it's definitely not, it's not album of the year material, but it's still a very decent album. Out of 10, I would give it probably a decent 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's nothing mind-blowing, but if you just want a decent mellow album to listen to just while you're kind of like in chill mode, like night vibe, whatever, this is definitely one to listen to. But until my next video, strangely musical, peace.